how you guys doing? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. I am your host Gigi, and we have more tales about Beyonce and Rihanna. Did you guys know Rihanna and Beyonce was dating Jay-Z at the same time? Did you guys know that? Oh my goodness, when I tell you, they are saying Rihanna has had it here with Beyonce. They are saying Rihanna is dragging Beyonce, and we have to see it because I've never seen it. Have you guys ever seen it? I mean, no wonder why Beyonce and Rihanna have never did a video or a song together. You would think they're so close. They never did a song together. Whew. Beyonce have done a song with big artists, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, big artists, Eminem. But why haven't they? Because they don't like each other. They hate each other behind closed doors, and we have to reveal the veil. We got to know what's going on here. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. I am your host Gigi, and let's hear what they got to say, and just say thank you all for the likes, shares, and subscriptions. Let's keep it up, okay? Here we go.
Beyonce, definitely. I just thought she was beautiful. The first thing I saw, was her beauty and how beautiful she was. And then I listened to her music and I loved her music. She's incredibly talented. I get very embarrassed. I feel humiliated. I get angry.
It was real weird getting congratulations texts from people for money.
Does Rihanna know something about the darker force in the music industry that has artists almost forced to bow down and thank Beyonce?
And thank you, Beyonce. You're amazing. Yeah.
With rumors about industry power plays and hidden agendas, why are so many artists thanking her without any apparent reason? Could it all be part of a larger plan to keep her at the top?
Y'all call the internet Beyonce's internet. So is it not fair to come to the queen about evolving her business practices?
Is she low-key pulling the strings behind the scenes?
Capitalism. To be a billionaire, you have to exploit labor. It's fucking disgusting. It's what it is.
And it's not just Rihanna who's raising eyebrows. Celebrities across the board seem almost compelled to give their public adoration to Beyonce, especially after winning big at the Grammys. Adele's famous 2017 Grammy speech, where she insisted Beyonce was the true winner, left fans puzzled. Did Adele really believe that, or was she pressured to say it?
I can't possibly accept this award, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album to me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental.
And Lizzo's heartfelt thank you to Beyonce after winning Record of the Year in 2023. Was that genuine admiration or just a PR move to stay in Beyonce's good graces?
Beyonce, you changed my life. You sang that gospel medley, and the way you made me feel, I was like, I want to make people feel this way with my music.
So, why are we hearing this now? Is Rihanna finally ready to reveal Beyonce's behind-the-scenes influence that everyone seems to tiptoe around? For years, fans have been scratching their heads over this peculiar trend, artists thanking Beyonce on stage, even when she wasn't involved in their projects. Is there an industry-wide pressure to keep Beyonce's name on everyone's lips?
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Before we dive deeper, let's start with one big question. Why are artists compelled to thank Beyonce during awards ceremonies, even when she wasn't directly involved in their projects? Could this be a display of pure respect, or is there something more complex happening behind the scenes?
And thank you, Beyonce. You're amazing. Yeah.
For years, Beyonce has been one of the most influential figures in music, hailed as an icon by fans and praised by nearly every artist who shares an award stage with her. But if you've ever wondered why, you're not alone. Rihanna is finally hinting at a hidden truth, a truth that challenges the admiration we've all come to expect around Beyonce. This goes deeper than industry respect or friendly competition. Some fans, and now even fellow artists, are starting to believe there's something unusual happening. Why do Grammy winners like Adele and Lizzo, after winning their own awards, turn the spotlight right back to Beyonce in their speeches? Adele in 2017 couldn't even accept her Album of the Year award without proclaiming that Beyonce is the artist of her life.
I can't possibly accept this award, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album to me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental.
It was as if Adele felt like she had to acknowledge Beyonce, almost as if she couldn't fully accept her own success without bowing down to Queen Bey first. And then, in 2023, Lizzo took the Record of the Year stage, only to thank Beyonce over a song that didn't even involve her. Now, that may seem harmless enough until you realize this has become a trend, especially at the Grammys. Artists like Lady Gaga, Megan Thee Stallion, and even Britney Spears have done the same. The big question is, why? Many conspiracy theorists have taken notice, believing that artists feel pressured to acknowledge Beyonce as the ultimate icon in order to maintain their own success and approval in the industry. But according to sources close to Rihanna, the truth might be far darker and much more orchestrated than anyone realizes. Some fans have turned this into a full-blown conspiracy theory, claiming that artists might feel that giving Beyonce a shout-out is almost mandatory, like a way of staying on her good side. And let's be real, Beyonce is powerful. It wouldn't be crazy to think that, in an industry as cutthroat as this one, staying on her good side might be smart for anyone looking to keep climbing the ladder. But get this, it's not only female artists who seem to be trying to get into Queen Bey's good graces. A few years back, Kanye West took it upon himself to do something unforgettable, something that still has people talking to this day. It was the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, and Taylor Swift had just won Best Female Video for You Belong With Me, beating out none other than Beyonce herself, who was also nominated for Single Ladies. Put a ring on it. As Taylor took the stage, all smiles and ready to deliver her thank you speech, Kanye suddenly appeared out of nowhere, swaggering up to the mic like he owned the place. And in a move that no one could have anticipated, he took the mic from her mid-sentence. With the confidence only Kanye could muster, he declared,
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Taylor looked stunned, frozen in place with the mic still in Kanye's hand. The audience started booing while Beyonce looked on from her seat, visibly cringing. It was awkward, uncomfortable, and kind of iconic. Kanye didn't seem to care though. He was on a mission to make sure Beyonce got her moment, even if it meant stealing one from Taylor. Then we have Rihanna, who seems like the one person in the industry totally unbothered by all of this. She doesn't jump on the thank you Beyonce bandwagon. In fact, she rarely mentions Beyonce at all, and Rihanna doesn't exactly follow anyone's rules. She's been running her own empire, from music to beauty and fashion, and doesn't seem to care if she's going against the grain. Some fans think Rihanna's silence on Beyonce is her subtle way of saying, I'm good on my own, thanks. It's like she doesn't feel the need to give anyone credit for her success. Not even the queen herself. But is that the only reason why Riri doesn't associate herself with Beyonce? Or could there be something more sinister? When Rihanna started out, she was actually a huge fan of Beyonce, just like millions of people back in the day.
Her beauty and how beautiful she was. And then I listened to her music and I loved her music. She's incredibly talented. I think she's what every female artist should strive to be or strive to be.
But as Riri's star began to ascend, Beyonce allegedly started feeling a little, shall we say, uneasy? Some say it was jealousy, others say it was just plain old competition. But whatever the reason, tensions definitely started to simmer. Then came the song Bow Down. Queen Bey dropped this bombshell, and the lyrics seemed to be sending a clear message to all the other female artists out there, including Rihanna. Apparently, Rihanna responded to Bey telling the other artists to bow down by writing, I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge. How'd that feel down there on your knees, huh? She also reposted an article that said that she was the queen of pop and captioned her post, It's only March, people. 2013 is already owned. Stay tuned. After those comments, the Beehive slammed Rihanna because they saw the post as a response to Bey. Then shortly after, Beyonce posted what appeared to be a subtle response to Rihanna's post. She posted a photo of her and her daughter, Blue Ivy, in matching chairs for her sold-out The Mrs. Carter Show. Speaking of Bow Down, can you believe that the song was actually written for Rihanna and not Beyonce? Songwriting brothers Rock City, the same ones that wrote Rihanna's hit songs Man Down, We Can't Stop, and Replay, revealed in a podcast that they wrote the song in 9 minutes for Rihanna. And when she didn't take it, they passed it over to Beyonce. Funny thing is that Beyonce gave a very detailed account of how she came up with the song. She said, the reason I put out Bow Down is because I woke up, I went into the studio, I had a chant in my head, it was aggressive, it was angry. It wasn't the Beyonce that wakes up every morning, it was the Beyonce that was angry. It was the Beyonce that felt the need to defend herself. And if this song never comes out, okay, I said it and I listened to it after I finished and I said, this is hot. I'm gonna put it out. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna just put it out. People like it, great. They don't. Basically, she lied. And that wouldn't be the first time they lied about writing a song. You all remember how she said she wrote Irreplaceable and Neo checked her. Oh, and All Night. That was another song that Rihanna rejected that got picked up by Beyonce. Another reason why Beyonce might have some beef with Rihanna is because despite Beyonce being in the game longer, Rihanna has outsold her by a mile. Yep, Riri's one of the best-selling artists ever, clocking in at over 250 million records sold. Meanwhile, Beyonce's sold about 100 million records, which ain't too shabby, but it's not even close to Riri's numbers.
My fans, I love you so much. Like, you have no idea. Like, you keep me driven. You keep this thing special.
But get this, it's not only competition that seems to have sparked some tension between Rihanna and Beyonce. Turns out, Rihanna might feel a certain type of way because she allegedly isn't so fond of Bey's tendency to take inspiration from other artists, especially without giving credit where it's due. Let's rewind to 2018, when Azealia Banks publicly accused Beyonce of stealing from talented women. Banks didn't hold back, posting a series of Instagram stories right after Beyonce and Jay-Z wrapped up their On the Run 2 tour at MetLife Stadium. Banks was heated and made it clear she thought Beyonce was lacking originality, claiming she'd borrowed choreography from Banks's Count Contessa music video. In her own words, Banks posted, "I realized that my ex-dancer Ashanti choreographed for Beyonce and stole the original choreography Jip Jack made for Count Contessa." And she didn't stop there. In classic Azealia Banks style, she threw in a Beyonce needs to get over herself and just hire me. Banks also went on to say that Beyonce had made her whole brand about female empowerment, but was actually just trying to steal from talented women and try to outdo them without really succeeding. She continued, "I really hope Beyonce gets real with herself soon and humbles herself enough to accept the visions and full projects women who admire her put together for her." And she didn't hold back on her critique of Beyonce's image either, adding, "Like, we don't need any more Beyonce thought moments. I have no clue why she wants to be a regular B." But this wasn't even the first time Banks had something to say. Back in 2016, she'd already made similar claims, calling Beyonce out for poaching and for taking food out of darker-skinned women's mouths and pretending to be inspired. According to Banks, Beyonce wasn't really an artist, but someone who just hopped on trends and styles created by other Black women. Now, moving on from Azalea's strong opinions, Beyonce's alleged copycat ways don't just apply to her music. They might even extend to her style. Just a few months back, Erykah Badu stirred up some drama with a post that had fans wondering if she was shading Beyonce for supposedly biting her iconic look. Here's what went down. Beyonce was performing in East Rutherford, New Jersey, wearing a dramatic chrome mirror hat as part of her tour. Erykah posted a photo of Beyonce in this look on her own social media and captioned it, "I guess I'm everyone's stylist favorite chrome mirror hat." She even included a side-by-side with her own outfit featuring a similar hat style, hinting she was the OG when it came to dramatic headwear.
The fashion gods gave me the keys out here in these streets.
Now, if you know anything about Erykah, you know she's all about the hats. She's been rocking eye-catching, over-the-top hats for years, making them kind of her signature. So when she saw Beyonce in a similar style, she might have taken it as a little too close for comfort. Of course, not everyone agreed, and plenty of fans thought Erykah was reaching. After all, Beyonce's been wearing hats for ages, and the chrome version could just be a match for her Renaissance tour theme. Then there's the fact that major stars like Beyonce often have entire teams of stylists behind their looks, so it's not like she's personally picking out every accessory. Still, fans couldn't help but notice that Erykah didn't stop there. When Beyonce posted photos of herself in the hat, Erykah dropped a comment saying, "I'm flattered." It wasn't long before she posted a reel about the hat, captioned it as her favorite, and doubled down on stories. Some people felt like Erykah was definitely trying to imply something, and whether or not Beyonce's look was an intentional nod to her style, it had people talking. And Erykah's not the only one who's felt the sting of a Bey inspiration. Let's talk about Amri, who might just have one of the most frustrating "she copied me" stories out there. Back in 2004, Amri was working on her second album and needed a strong single to make a splash. She connected with producer Rich Harrison. Yes, the same one who's worked with J-Lo and Beyonce. Harrison had already helped Amri with her first album, so they had a good working relationship. Together, they came up with one thing: a track with that signature go-go sound, and everyone on Amory's team felt like it was a hit. They sent it to her label, Columbia, only to be told it wasn't going to work and needed bigger choruses. Amory and Harrison went back and forth with the label for months trying different versions, but Columbia just wasn't feeling it. Finally, after 6 months of tweaking, they leaked the song to radio stations in the DC area. One Thing ended up blowing up on its own, and the label had to go with it. And it didn't end there. Shortly after One Thing dropped, fans started to notice that Beyonce's hit Crazy in Love had a similar vibe. Same producer, same go-go beat, and the horn hook that Bey herself said was the reason the song was so catchy. To make matters even more suspicious, producer Rich Harrison once mentioned in an interview that he'd been sitting on the Crazy in Love sound until the right artist came along. Fans speculated that Amory's go-go style was being recycled for other artists, and Beyonce was the one benefiting from it. And honestly, it's not hard to see why people might think that. Amory has always been vocal about how her go-go sound was unique to her and rare outside of the DC area. She even talked about how hard it was to get people in the industry to understand the sound, saying, "We did it the first time on Need You Tonight, but we slowed it down a lot. And this time we did it on an up-tempo track." I was like, we have to do it in an up-tempo way because when you hear it on the radio in DC, it's fast. So when Crazy in Love blew up, it left a lot of people side-eyeing the situation. Fans felt like Rich Harrison took what he developed with Amory and saved it for Beyonce, giving her the hit that could have been Amory's breakout moment. But it's not just Beyonce who's been shady towards Rihanna and other artists in the past. Apparently, Rihanna's alleged beef with Beyonce stemmed from her relationship with Jay-Z. Rihanna has always been Jay-Z's most famous protege. From her early days as a rising star to her meteoric success, Jay-Z was always positioned as her mentor and guide. However, there have been whispers that Jay-Z's relationship with Rihanna was far from professional.
When I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked and talked.
Back in 2009, Chris Brown pleaded guilty to assaulting Rihanna, a shocking event that captured global headlines. But beneath the surface, there was another story that Chris later revealed. He claimed that Rihanna had given him herpes, which was the catalyst for much of the tension between them. According to Brown's $10 million pro se complaint, he alleged that Rihanna failed to disclose her condition, and when he threatened to take legal action, things escalated. Brown claimed that Rihanna then attacked herself and made it appear as though he was the one who has lauded her, flipping the narrative entirely. In his lawsuit, Chris stated that Rihanna's attack on him was not only physical but psychological. He described waking up one morning with 3 blisters on his private parts, leading him to panic about his health and the risk of spreading the infection to others. He went on to say that this discovery shattered his relationship with Rihanna and ruined his plans to propose to her. He even wrote the song "Don't Wake Me Up" as a tribute to their relationship, which was ultimately doomed by what he alleged was her betrayal.
Too much light in this window. Don't wake me up.
Chris's accusations didn't stop at the herpes allegations. He claimed that Rihanna's actions and lies cost him millions of dollars in lost endorsements and job opportunities. According to Chris, Rihanna's story of the ass ult was a calculated move to shift the public's perception in her favor and damage his career. These accusations created an even more complex narrative behind their infamous altercation. But as the public tried to digest these claims, more rumors began to surface, raising the question, did Rihanna give herpes to someone else? A model who had previously worked with the singer came forward with allegations that he too had contracted herpes after being with her, adding another layer of controversy to an already scandalous situation. However, the story gets even more convoluted when we look at where Rihanna might have contracted the virus. According to Jaguar Wright, a well-known figure in the music industry who has never been shy about exposing dark secrets, the source of Rihanna's herpes infection may have been Jay-Z.
People don't understand what happened that night. And that's because Jay-Z worked so fucking hard to change the narrative of that night. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started her and signed to the death jail. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most involved with, and that was Sean Carter.
Jaguar Wright claimed that Jay-Z's involvement with numerous women, including younger artists like Rihanna, may have led to him contracting herpes and then passing it along. Wright's statement suggests that Jay-Z had an affair with Rihanna in her early years at Def Jam when he was a mentor to the budding star. Now, Foxy Brown, another of Jay-Z's proteges, has also spoken out against him. Foxy's story is eerily similar to Rihanna's. Both women were young, talented, and eager to break into the music industry, but both now allege that Jay-Z used his power and influence to control them. Foxy Brown allegedly confessed that her ticket to rap stardom came at a cost, and it all happened while she was young. There are rumors that she claims Jay-Z, then 27, took her V-card when she was just 15 years old, and that Hova, who as the story goes, has a horse-like you-know-what, funded her shopping trips and pampering at hair and nail salons while she was still in high school, all to get into bed with her.
In the beginning, we'd jump in the van, we'd go to Maryland, we'd go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
But there's more. Allegedly, Jay-Z, according to Foxy, has a thing for trans people. Apparently, she discovered this after one began calling and harassing her shortly after Jay-Z gave her the G infection.
That I think about what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think about what I'm gonna do.
Allegedly, she claimed that during one of her sessions with Jay-Z, there had been a video recording involved. This session was far from private, as another high-profile individual was allegedly present, none other than the multi-talented Jamie Foxx, who played the role of Wanda in the iconic sketch comedy show In Living Color. It appears Foxy's supposed account ventured into even murkier territory when she allegedly disclosed that Jay-Z had compelled her to sign multiple non-disclosure agreements or gag orders related to an intimate encounter that involved all three of them, herself, Jamie Foxx, and Jay-Z. She asserted that this encounter was, in fact, a threesome. The sensational twist in this story occurred when, shortly after this incident, the alleged videotape of that supposed particular rendezvous mysteriously disappeared from her home. Foxy Brown firmly believes that Jay-Z had a hand in the disappearance of this tape, raising suspicions about his involvement in the alleged theft. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. Beyond the shocking revelations and claims, there are claims that Foxy Brown divulged another intriguing facet of Jay-Z's life. Supposedly, according to her, there was an enduring consistency in Jay-Z's world that could not be ignored. She allegedly hinted at a connection between Jay-Z and Larry Johnson, suggesting that their relationship may have been more than just casual friendship. The fact that Jay-Z had once shared an apartment with the NBA player, who had a prior association with Rocawear, lent some credence to her insinuations. In her alleged candid recollection of her experiences with Jay-Z, it seems Foxy did not hold back when it came to expressing her sentiments about Jay's wife, Beyonce. Her feelings towards Beyonce were far from sugar-coated, to say the least. Foxy Brown left no room for ambiguity in her candid remarks regarding the global superstar. She allegedly revealed that Bey had also been infected by Jay-Z. Anyway, Foxy would later sign a contract with Def Jam, and only afterward did allegations surface suggesting a romantic liaison between her and Jay. Once again, Foxy vehemently denied these claims, insisting that her connection with Jay was rooted solely in their shared passion for music. Nevertheless, the circumstances surrounding a 27-year-old man's friendship with a 15-year-old girl undoubtedly raise eyebrows. Their onstage chemistry was hard to ignore, and Jay-Z often invited Foxy to perform with him during his tours. In any case, as Rihanna's influence continues to grow, her approach could encourage other female artists to break free from industry norms. But the question remains, is the Thank Beyonce trend a result of genuine admiration or an industry requirement?
Whoa! I had no idea Rihanna outsold Beyonce. Did you guys know that? And why is everybody feeling like they have to bow down to Beyonce? Who is she? Who is she? I want to know your thoughts about this. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I'll see you guys on another upload. Bye.